Ciao amici, sono Ottaviano Dell'Acqua, sono uno degli attori di tutti i film di Lucio Fulci. Io sono questo zombie qua, con i vermi reali nell'occhio. È un piacere essere qui, vorrei salutare e fare un grande saluto e un bacio alla Dead Corpse Society. Thank you, ciao.
Rock and roll!
Just in the middle of a dream, I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. But I can't be late, 'cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish your bed was already made. It's just another manic Monday. It was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. I don't have to Monday, it's just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. It's just another manic Monday.
Woo! Yeah! It must be Monday night. You know what that means. Jenny Penn's all showered up for another edition of Monday Maniacs. I am Zigzag. I got the phase with me. He's got the asshole ready. It's all good. How's it going, folks? Red Crank and the Colonel on assignment tonight, but that's okay. It's fine because Phase and I got you covered. We're going to get into Death of a Unicorn tonight. Yep, Death of a Unicorn. I said it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
It says it up there, you know.
It's right up there. You can see it up, Death of a Unicorn. Yeah, they really made this. Got a cast. We're going to break this shit down like we do it, Death Curse Society style. Before we do, of course, we got some business to handle, and we'll get right to it with the final girls and guys. This is the whole membership tier. It's Patreon without the middleman. All of the funds go right to the DCS. So thank you in advance to Christy, C-Phase, Lorena, BD, Alex, Robert, and Tyrone. Our Crazy Ralphs, Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Morgan Crypt Horror, Raymond, and the whole damn Enchilada podcast. I'm going to come right back to them in just a second. And the camp counselors, Adam, Corey, Christy, Luke, Lou, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Chuck Chick, Dave, Carl, Patricia, JJ, and Kristen. I skipped one there. But if you yourself want to become a member, deathcursesociety.com, find the tier that fits, and we'll take care of you, man. You get in on the madness, pick up a couple extra perks, some early access, things like that. So yeah, and of course, see Mother Scratch and Phase up in here producing, and the head bouncer in the cooler, if you will, in the chat room. If you get out of line, he will Patrick Swayze your ass out of there in a quickness. So don't mess around. Don't test the theory, man. None of you are tough enough. It's not happening. So what's happening, Phase? This week had a week going on. Another week went by, just like that.
Another week went by. It's nothing really of note. There's something I'm going to mention, but I totally forgot. I know you got something you want to talk about.
I got a few things down here I want to talk about. First and foremost, you early birds that were here for the countdown and everything, you maybe caught our brand new ID from Octavio. Oh, shit. That guy. Worm High Zombie from...
I don't remember either, but... He's a legend, man. That idea is so good.
Yep. This guy right here. And I couldn't get, he was at Creature Feature this weekend in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. I could not get there, but the whole damn enchilada podcast, Rick got on board. He came up to Michigan because he says it's 2 hours. He's like Crank. I guess he doesn't mind the drive so much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure he's out there. He can clarify why he's a maniac like that. But he came up. We went to the pizza place that was amazing. It was delicious. And he got the stuff signed. We went over this last week, I think. And he took the lid, got it all signed. It's all good. But yeah, thanks, brother. Success all the way around. And then this awesome ID, which I think we will run again at the end of the show, just because it's that
Might
good.
as well.
Just so everyone can get a look that missed it. You late arrivers. I see you coming in. I see it's okay. You missed the $1 million giveaway that was right at the top of the show, but it's all right. Come on in anyway and enjoy. It'll be fine.
Rick does say whoever filmed that ID did an amazing job. Just saying.
And as steady as it comes, brother, it looks great. It was easy to edit. It's one of my favorites. And FaZe and I were discussing it. You know, one of these days we have to do a ranking of all of our IDs because we got a bunch, man. We got a nice catch of IDs.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
It'd be tough.
I wouldn't even know between the top two right now. They're so good. Might have to let you guys rank those sometime,
we,
you know?
We put a poll up and let the fan pick what they think.
That could be fun.
But, I mean, because, dude, you know, Kane Hodder is going to give anybody a run for their money. That's the best. That's it. I think that's the gold standard.
But then you got Tom Atkins, man. Then
you got Tom Atkins threatening to come to your house and do things to you. You got sweet ass PJ Souls just love. You got Doug Bradley.
That's a good
threatening
one
to tear your soul apart.
Beautiful. Then the one we just had, of course.
That one is definitely a challenger, a worthy challenger to the title in the up and coming here. I don't know. Maybe we'll throw it up here a little later. If we get up to like 30 people, I'll run it at that point. You know, we'll see. So I don't know what else you did. Nothing else this week, FaZe. I know we went to the movies, but I mean,
well, right, Death of the Unicorn. I missed the Woman in the Yard. I heard from our other co-host Crank that it was one to avoid.
Blumhouse, listen.
Blumhouse did it again.
It's funny because whoever cut this trailer together was pretty smart because they gave you just enough to make it creepy and look good. Mm-hmm. And I honestly, I would have picked Lady in the Yard over Death of a Unicorn, in my opinion, but it's not what happened. And Crank went and took the brunt of the punishment of the Lady in the Yard from Blumhouse. I'm sure a house burned down at the end or something like that. And just a second, let me. It's the piece of phlegm that would not go away.
We're all
every time. 8:01 every Monday. Could be fine. Got to start doing those Vince Neil vocal trainings before Motley Crue goes out there and sucks it up for 2 hours, you know? Yes. But yeah, Rick, thanks again, buddy. That goes above and beyond. And won't be forgotten, man.
Do you want to show the signature on the...
I don't have it yet, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
We're going to catch up.
Gotcha.
There's a couple of events actually happening in Michigan that he's coming up for. I think it's going to happen then April or May. We'll get it soon, though. Believe me, as soon as I do, we're going to get it out here, man. Don't worry.
Nice.
I'll do this real quick. I'll just show this off. Something that the Death Curse Society did back and something we are big fans of.
It's Big Billy.
The perks are coming out if you backed It's Me, Billy, Chapter 2, the Black Christmas fan film from our friends Dave McCrae and Bruce Dale over there, our Canadian fellas, and fucking did a bang-up worthy job of tributing the master classic from Bob Clark from the 70s, man. Perfect legacy sequels. And just wanted to say, fuck yeah, man. You guys... You did it, man. You accomplished something that's hard to do, to make something that, I mean, Vincent has done this with Friday the 13th, I think. You know what I mean? With Never Hike Alone. it could stand with a lot of those movies. I'll say it, and then this is absolutely that. So, I mean, congratulations, and thank you for putting all the love and blood, sweat, and tears into getting this done. And, yeah, man, fuck, I got to give it to you, man. One time for the whole It's Me, Billy, chapters 1 and 2. Thank you, boys. Finally, also getting word that Vincent DeSanti, speaking of Never Hike Alone, what's up, BK? Welcome.
He's just getting the...
Your perks from Never Hike Alone 2 are now arriving. They're being shipped. Our buddy Joseph Scott in California got his packs coming. FaZe has got one coming. The whole DCS has got a pack coming, so we'll be looking for that. Maybe we'll get out here next week or the week after if it gets here in that time frame, and we'll show you what's happening with it. Again, a major accomplishment for Vincent DeSanti and the Never Hike Alone crew. Just amazing. I don't care it took this long to get the stuff out. We got an amazing fucking movie. That was the thing that mattered. Helping get that made. Fine with it right there, man. Congrats to Vinny.
Lots of people getting congratulations this week. I like it.
Yeah, man. It's just it was a horror week is moving around, and I've decided I can't play poker anymore in the rest of this month. FaZe, I've started recording hand replays just because people are looking at me like there's no fucking way you're this unlucky. It's not happening. You're lying. You are lying. You're a bad player. You're making mistakes. You're not what?
You say you're not playing for the rest of the month. Today's the last day of the month.
That's true. But watch what happens. This is my experiment. This is something I learned 20 years ago when I used to do online and live when we had poker rooms everywhere. The casinos were flying. Hold on. Well, I'll tell you why. Because I've been sucked out like every fucking hand the last fucking whole month.
Oh no, I've been hearing about it.
I've won 2 tournaments. Dude, I mean, and getting your money in correctly, all these things that matter. But I now have a compilation of hands that are timestamped, so you can kind of see the progression of the stack going up and then robbed by just absolute buffoonery. It's
heartbreaking.
Could make for a good segment, man. A glasses off segment in the future. I don't know, maybe a private standalone segment. But god damn it, I've just realized I didn't play. I'm not playing yesterday. I'm not playing tonight. I'm just gonna do what I got to do. I was happy I had that thing to work on yesterday, that little trailer or the Octavio thing, the zombie. But fuck poker for at least another 4 hours anyway, till tomorrow. We'll see what happens. We'll give it a shot. But that was my week, man. We're just gearing up at work. Everything's getting crazy, and we open next week, so it's on. It's on. All right, are we ready to talk about death of a? I want to say death of a salesman, death of a unicorn.
Yeah, that's
Put it up there.
death of a unicorn.
God damn it! Even the poster is.
It's not great. It was tough to work with it. For a thumbnail and everything. Yeah. Death of a unicorn. I like the purple text. No.
Okay. You got to find our positives. We got to find our silver linings, FaZe. We have to. This is how we get by. Okay. Anticipation. Yeah. I felt going into this, there's potential here. Unicorns have gnarly fucking nasty horns, dude, and they can gore you to death with them, but they're never known for doing this. So this movie is based on a novel from 1982 by Peter Dickinson, and it was more or less like a mystery set in London written as a manuscript by a popular artist. Way different, this adaptation. I thought there's potential. I was hoping for gory, graphic, wet, sticky kills with entrails hanging off a unicorn horn. I wanted this. This was my standard for this movie. And,
especially after hearing that it was a gore fest. It's almost what I was expecting, you know?
Yes. And that was kind of the early buzz out of the test screen, or at least the premieres and stuff, was over the top gore. So yeah, I know me and Colonel were like, yeah, hell yeah. So yeah. What was your anticipation phase? Go ahead.
I will just say you and Colonel were like, hell yeah, but
Hell
I know
to
at some
the
point you
yeah.
guys were like, hell no. No, no, no,
Once
no,
again,
no.
it became.
We'll get to that though. It's not
We'll
all
get to
bad
that.
though. It's not
No, it
all
ain't
bad.
all bad. It ain't all bad. It's
We're
not.
being a little negative off the top here, but
I
anticipation.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't know how to feel about this one. I saw the horror comedy tag and immediately rolled my eyes because I'm tired of the horror comedies right now, especially after Hard Eyes. Just done with it. But I heard it was a gore fest, so I got a little bit excited. That's how I felt going into the theater. I wanted a gore fest.
Okay. Walking out.
Yep, initial thoughts going out. You want me to just keep going?
Keep on going.
My mom even asked me, so what are your initial thoughts when we were in the car? And I couldn't muster up an answer. I had to sit there and just kind of think. It's like I didn't hate it. Of course I didn't love it. But where am I in the middle? Do I dislike it or do I kind of not dislike it? I don't know. I don't like it. It's weird. I have a weird feeling about this movie.
You just said you don't not like it, but you don't like it.
I know. It confuses
Let me tell you
on
something. What
do
you just said makes perfect sense to me. Does that make
Doesn't
you feel
it
better?
though? After watching that movie, doesn't it though? Like what the hell?
In the middle is exactly on the nose with the description of what this is.
There are some great moments.
The comedy is more or less, again, horrible people. And the sad thing is these people exist and think this way. Yeah, man, this shit's right in the middle. I mean, I chuckled a couple of times at certain things, but there's a lot working against this being a successful, satisfying film. A lot working against it.
Yeah.
So I guess it was about what I was thinking it was going to be, because I set the bar pretty fucking low.
Okay.
But I think I did eclipse what I thought it would be. So that.
It definitely did not meet my expectations at all. I came out disappointed.
I mean,
they weren't even that high to begin with.
Faze, I put the bar on the ground, man.
That's what I should have done. My bar was a little bit higher, and that was probably a mistake.
I don't know. Does anybody else have initial thoughts in there before we get into Act 1?
I think I induced a stroke on BK. my very confused explanation is just, yeah, this movie left me a little bit baffled in a way. Just like I don't know how to feel about it. Let's see. Rick agrees though. He says we're right where he is. Says I usually love A24, tolerate Blumhouse, but this was mad. Kind of felt Blumhouse level. I actually agree with that a lot.
It's funny. We think a lot alike, him and I. Yeah, this is a swing and a miss for A24 compared to most of their other stuff that we've seen. It is. It just is. It's an average movie. It has a stellar cast. We'll get
good.
to that.
Yes.
But let's
Joseph
get into
gives
this.
a pretty good thought.
Go ahead. Go to Act 1. Okay, Joseph. Here we go.
He says the only thought that went through his head as he was walking out of the theater is, you liked it? but it would, instead of dinosaurs, there's a bunch of unicorns doing their thing, doing their stuff.
Yeah, and there's a plot thread here that they took from an older film that I couldn't get. It was prominent to me the whole way. So, and we'll get to that in a little bit too.
Absolutely. But yeah, let's talk about Act Uno.
Yeah. So basically, Death of a Unicorn opens with you have Elliot Kittner, yeah. Played by Paul Rudd, and who doesn't like Paul Rudd at this point? This guy,
he's popular.
He's good, and this is kind of a douchebaggy choice for him. So I like that because he's usually the fucking straight, clean, squeaky clean hero guy in every fucking thing he does. So this is acceptable to see them take roles like this when they're this fucking stereotyped. You know what I mean? Am I making sense?
I think so. I mean, everything was very stereotyped, especially when you met the rest of the crew. But we'll get there.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man! Jenna Ortega plays Ridley Kittner. It's like I want to say Kittner, but it's Kittner. And she's good. I
really liked her.
Yeah, I was kind of suffering from Jenna Ortega and everything mode there for a minute, but this is different enough to where, okay, you know what I mean? She's okay in this. She's pretty good in this. I appreciate what she was given, which wasn't much, and she squeezed everything she could out of this role, I think. So basically, what's happening is we're seeing they're estranged. Like she's in college now, I guess. The mom died, so they got the single now. The dad and they're not really, you know what I mean. He's not great intimacy wise that way. Father that kind of relationship. So fucking.
Did they ever reveal her age? Because that's something my mom and I were trying to figure out. Because
she was under 21.
That's as much as we got, yeah. But
in college,
we weren't sure if she was.
It's got to be.
She
18,
was in college.
18 to 20. She was because she had left, unless she was in a private school or something.
Okay, I missed that detail, so that's good. I wasn't sure if she was under 18 or over 18, but that makes sense.
It's like when you left for school. That's what he said to her the one time.
Okay.
So I assumed it was college. Could be a boarding school, private school.
I gave her 19, 20 then.
With the kind of money that's throwing around, I'm assuming he made a nice salary working for the douchebags. So yeah, that it all made sense. It made sense either way. And doesn't really matter, honestly, because she's out of school right now, and we're going to. They never really say where it is.
That's true. It's kind of secret, I think.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be sort of it's in the middle of the woods.
A heavy animal presence, wild animal presence, bears and all kinds of stuff, and okay. So as they're driving, they're running a bit late, and it's the son, Shepherd, calls saying, hey, Shepherd Leopold, it's the Leopold family. And they never, do they really say what their business was? Are they just brokers?
I think they fuck with pharmaceuticals in some way, don't they? Like,
yes, it was because you're right, because Tay Leone was absolutely talking like that about pharmaceuticals. So you're right. Yep. See, I missed that. Go ahead.
I mean, are we at that big mansion house now? Is that where you?
No, we haven't even caused the problem yet.
Oh, okay.
Like he gets the call saying, "Where the hell are you at? You're supposed to be here."
Yeah, I'm skipping way ahead.
Yeah. So he goes like, "Oh yeah, I'm trying," but of course there's no signal out in the middle of fucking nowhere, and he's fucking with the phone, and
he's
not
driving
looking at
really
the road.
fast.
Yep, and strikes something in the road. Phase.
He's like, "Oh fuck, I just hit." He thinks it's a deer or something.
Looks like a
he's
horse.
Looking at his rear view. It's like, God damn, he's thinking about the damage to his car, how much later he's gonna be. And the girl looks in the rear view, and the animal kind of gets up, and she sees that,
Well, it's not dead yet. It
it's
didn't get
not
up.
dead.
Yeah.
And is this when they realized what it was? Like, did they get a full view of it? Like,
Yeah, and they're making jokes. They refuse to acknowledge that
well,
it's a unicorn.
she did.
Right. That's kind of one of the jokes that they run through with this for a while.
That's true. They're trying to justify it as like it's a horse. It's like
Some kind of
tumor,
growth, some kind of tumor or protrusion or growth,
birth defect. And then the girl's just like, it's a fucking unicorn. Like,
fucking unicorn, right?
Yeah, I'm way past the safety time. And like it rears its head up and she sees like this thing's a unicorn.
And the horn lights up, kind of starts glowing. I feel like Gary Delabate from Howard Stern with the phlegm right now.
I'm getting it too. It's probably the weather.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's a change here and it's up and down.
Yeah.
But so the horn like starts to glow. It's wounded. It's bleeding purple blood. And she grabs the horn and she is sucked into this. Think of Bill and Ted.
Oh, come on.
Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
Yeah, where they're in the kind of the time travel tunnel. It's all psychedelic and everything. And the unicorn's trying to show her something, you know?
You're lucky. That's one of the few Marvel things I've seen.
Yeah.
Few.
But it fits because it
absolutely does. It's very like it. Yeah.
So, but you could, as she's totally like it's showing her in her eyes are all the colors and you can see, but
it's
in the background you hear her going, Ridley, oh my God, Ridley, and then the camera cuts right to a tire iron smashing the unicorn's head, like several times, like bam, bam, bam. He's bludgeoning the fuck out of this poor thing, and kills the unicorn. So they think.
Yeah.
So
stuffs it in the back of the car, which they didn't reveal that immediately, but they revealed it pretty quickly that fucker's in the back of the car or the van.
Yeah, it's all curled.
It's all mangled up in there. They drive up to the house.
Oh
man.
So we meet Shepard Leopold, Belinda Leopold, and Patriot Odell Leopold. The main guy in the fucking the boss. He's a sick man. He's suffering from stage 4 cancer at this point. They never really say of what, but again, it doesn't matter. And he, Elliot has been brought in to. He's going to be the oversee the main lawyer. He's a lawyer. He's going to oversee their things and the sales of the company and new contracts. Too good to be true. Just, you could tell that what they were selling him was too good to be true. He's there to be the fall man. So if anything goes wrong in their company is all it is. And he's too dumb to see it. You also meet he's got an assistant, Shaw, and they have a butler, Griff, who you've seen Griff in Gotham. He's the bald-headed guy with the real big eyes. Okay. He's been in a few things. But he's really good in this, man, for not having many lines. He is the perfect kind of butler that is fed up with these assholes that he works for, but still is right there delivering whatever they need whenever they need it. I mean, he's just perfect butler, man. Very good. That dude's name is Anthony Kerrigan is his name.
Okay.
Yeah. But we meet the whole family, and right away you can tell they are just pompous, rich douchebags to the T-face.
Joseph Scott puts it beautifully. Mr. Douchebag, Mrs. Douchebag, Junior Douchebag.
It's just pretentious as the fucking day is long, man. It's so bad how they are, and just gaslighting, you just don't understand, you can't possibly, just that whole thing, just we are here and you are there, and it's fine now, come over here and rub my feet, it's just they're fucking those kind of people, man, and they exist.
They're horrible, that butler, man. They really
Griff!
are.
Yep. Just holler from wherever they are in this giant house. Griff!
And 2 seconds later, never mind.
Yeah,
I don't need
yeah,
you anymore. Dude's probably getting up, getting the shit ready. It's like, oh, well, you don't need me anymore.
So they're in there and they're right away discussing business. Ridley is still traumatized from the fact that they killed a fucking unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
And Elliot suggests that she goes to her room and compose herself, and because she wants to call some, animal control in there, get them in, someone to come in and, hey, we got to take care of this, And they're just like, poop, 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 up, 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 up. Just they don't want to hear it. You know nothing. You're just a child. Go away,
Right.
And so she goes in there and she realizes she's got this blood all over her face. Now she has acne pretty bad. And when we first meet her, Jenna Ortega, which is odd, because there's a little scene where she's picking at it, and he, as a dad, he's like, "Hey, stop picking!" And it's awkward because you could tell she's like, "Fuck off," I mean, what do you? Don't tell me what the year, you're not you haven't earned that role with me, that kind of thing, But as she's washing her face off from the unicorn blood, all the acne just fades away. It's just magically gone.
She has beautifully smooth skin.
Perfect. Same thing with
Bethany asked, does the unicorn blood have healing power? And that answers it.
I'm glad you asked that, Bethany, because Elliot also, he's down there reading the terms of a couple of deals, like minor deals, just to test Elliot's loyalty out. And he does the Spider-Man thing where he's reading the thing and he's like, his glass, everything's blurry until he does the old, and it's crystal clear, so when he was bludgeoning the fucking unicorn, the blood got in his eyes. So, I mean, and he's like, oh, a little bit got in my face. Yeah. And so, the unicorn is coming back to life. The horn lights up again while it's laying in the back of the car. Well, it starts trying to bust its way out. And the servants are starting to notice the car's all shaking around and everything. And then finally everybody goes outside and is something in there? And they're like, Elliot's, no, it must be just a faulty something. And it was in the car. I don't know. I got to take it in and get it checked out. And then the unicorn smashes out the window and bellows at him. And then before it even finishes the bellow, the assistant runs up and pops it right in the head with a gun and killing it effectively this time.
I know at one point the horn protruded over the hood of the car.
Yeah, it all came out through the roof.
So, it shows that this fucker had a horn. But yeah, dude came up and just took it out with one shot of a pistol.
Yeah, she shot him and
it was out.
Without hesitating, and so
yeah. Which pissed off Ridley, of course.
Oh yeah. Like they were just looking, she's just, you're monsters, you're all monsters. And they're just like, they're thinking the same thing. They've heard rumors about unicorns' healing powers, and what if we could do something with this, with Odell, Mr. Leopold himself.
Pharmaceutical company.
So he's got a couple of scientists in there. They shave a little, they file a little bit of the horn off to test this out, make an elixir, and put it in an IV and inject Odell Leopold. And he looks like he's about to check out. I mean, he's in the bed. He's all like going in and out of consciousness.
Yeah, to be established, this dude is like all sick. He has some kind of like terminal cancer.
Some kind of terminal stage 4 cancer. They never say what, but
yeah.
But he's tried everything, and he's like saying, and then now Elliot has brought this unicorn to him, and it's the last thing he can try. He can honestly say he ran down the entire gambit of treatments, even the unconventional ones, tried them all. And then lo and behold, the next day he walks out and he's looking like $1 million. His hair's growing back. He's got life in his eyes. The gauntness in his face is gone. So they realize they got the cure for cancer, but not as a humanitarian thing and oh my God, we're going to save the world. They looking at the money.
Yeah, they got dollar signs on their eyes, baby. And they're not afraid.
Disgusting.
One guy says, like something but fuck those the cancer charities. Yeah, we got them now. We fucked them in the ass.
They're
You know,
out.
like,
Yeah,
dude.
we just trumped them all. They're out.
Yeah.
We just beat them all. The people will be lining up to pay for this. They'll pay whatever they have.
Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting.
100,000. Like, oh, dude, like they're as sick can be.
And they, fucking Odell is realized he's now getting regular transfusions. They got like a vial of this stuff that they filed off, and a little bit goes a long way. But then, dude, when they brought out the fucking the shank steak, the unicorn steak, and he starts eating the unicorn steak.
Oh, that, yeah.
What the fuck?
That was
dude?
pretty gross. That they made it look as gross as they could have. And maybe it's just me. And
picture your rarest steak, and I know some of you people out there like your steaks rare and bloody.
And not even steak, dude. Like, it's something even redder than that. Like, what? I don't even know. Like, fucking. Like, I know venison gets pretty red, but I know there's something more.
It's like a shank or something. Some kind of,
gamey as you can get. Probably like horse meat, honestly.
Just absolutely saturated with purple unicorn blood, and he's
disgusting.
He's dipping it in the sauce, and you really don't like this Odell Leopold.
So gross.
And then his wife just kind of, she goes along with it and supports her husband, but it's all about the bottom dollar, the maintenance of the company, the furthering of their wealth and their empire. That's all she kissed. Hey, Leone. I haven't seen her around in a while either. She's pretty good in this, effective as a heartless, cold bitch like that. So it suits her, that role, I think. What'd you think of her?
Yeah, I mean,
just briefly before
there wasn't a lot of depth, but yeah, she played the bitch.
What they gave her, she took it and ran with it. I was convinced she did not really give a fuck about Odell. No.
So
it's all about the cashola.
Cha-ching, baby.
And Shepard Leopold, played by Will Poulter, he's got the best lines, I think, in the movie. The funniest and the most heartless, too. But, I mean, still delivered funny. You remember this guy from Midsommar. You remember this guy from We Are the Millers. He's the kid in that. And he's really good in that, man. I thought he stole that movie with Jennifer Aniston and, what is that, Will Arnett? You ever seen We Are the Millers? It's one of them.
I have, but it's forever ago.
Gross comedy.
I think it was Will Arnett.
Yeah. But anywho,
who's awesome.
So yeah, so now they're realizing, okay, yeah, they're setting their sights on immortality with this because unicorns don't die. I don't know if you know this.
I think we're poking at Act 2 at this point.
Yeah. We've got our evil world plan is established. Elliot kind of torn with the morality of it. We're dealing
his daughter tugging him one way, his boss is tugging him another.
We're dealing with in between all of this, the mortality of the story with the loss of the wife, the mother, you know what I'm saying? It's all in there, making him want to hold on to that shred of his family, but it's not there enough. Did you think that was there enough?
They could have done more with that to,
make it more believable.
Yeah. That would have extended the movie, though, and that's one thing that I want to say is that it was long enough, exactly. So I don't want to suggest too much that would, make the shit even longer. But you are right; it needed more of that backstory.
And it's at this point. Like Ridley is seeing that her dad is just another scumbag, is going to sell out for the money. So she's starting to distance herself from that whole thing and him. And then like Elliot's like, he's wanting, like son's going to give him some details. Like, yeah, it's all our money now. So let's sit down and discuss things. And there's like some weird northern lights off in the sky, like just kind of neon, kind of gassy vapors in the sky. And you hear this horrible bellow or roar coming from the woods. And like they're kind of like, the fuck was that, you know? And you know, the rich kid's like, yeah, I was about to go, after he just invited the guy into the hot tub. Said, I was just about to go in the house anyway. So yeah, that's cool. Have a good night, you know. So something's coming, you know. And let's see, at that point, this is where it was starting to get a little muddled here. Like, oh yeah, like the butler. He's kind. You could see every time that they demand something of him, they show his face. He's just like, and then he goes right in and starts doing what he has to do. You know, so
he doesn't like his job, but he does. He probably gets paid a lot.
He's got a moral
take that shit.
The assistant does not give a fuck. So Ridley starts doing research on the unicorns and finds these 7 tapestries that kind of tell the tale of unicorns over history and how the cycle works and why things go the way they go. It's a lot you got to kind of latch on to if you want to go with it. I guess it gives you some sort of explanation. Was you satisfied with the explanation of unicorn mythology phase?
It was all right. I mean, Tarek put it pretty well here, where unicorns have so many myths and stories where any writer can basically make some shit up and it'll work. And for the most part, that is honestly true. And they stayed within the lines of what I remembered, you know, with unicorns and various stories, which isn't much, but
well, this is where I was encouraged in this part of the movie.
Sure.
Because there's one tapestry they can't get the second half to. They can't solve it. And then she finds it online, you know, and as they print it out, of course, rich kids got the badass full-size prints, fucking, you know, 4x3 prints that are, you know, ready to hang on your wall. You know, I'm surprised it didn't print a frame with it. You know what I'm saying?
3D printer.
Yeah, you know, so she rolls out the piece and it's got, like, you see that, oh, to finish the cycle, the rest of the unicorns come and tear up everybody in the whole fucking village, and there's guts and gore everywhere. I'm all, yeah, all right. Now we're, you know, and that's what we heard the roar already. So yes, here comes, you know, they realize they've got to get the baby out of there. This is a baby. The one they have, the one they hit is a baby. There are parents, and the parents are pissed, and they're coming. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Hey, that's pretty much the plot from 1977's Orca. You're goddamn right it is.
If you've seen it. I have not. Sorry.
Except this time they don't catch the female and the baby is stillborn and hosed off the deck and everything. They kill the baby by running it over, so they think, and both parents come to get revenge and finish the cycle. This goofy tapestry cycle that they have to do. So we got to wield it, got to get this thing out of here, got to give it back to him. At least we got to try. We have to try. And she, you know, Ridley is going like, I think I've got it. It was trying to tell me something. I think I understand. So they've got nothing else to go on. They say, fuck it. Let's go with this. Let's do it. And they wheel the carcass outside. And like everybody's outside. They're all out there. And they take the tarp off the thing, and here comes the two. I forgot how they came in. They just kind of charged in there and smashed through, didn't they? And that's when you realize there's just the big one.
Well, they only showed the one at first.
The one comes, right? The one
reveal the other parent.
Right, the big one comes in. The father.
And Tarek asks real quick. He said the baby looks grown horse size. So the mama corn and daddy corn are like M-tank size. They're pretty fucking huge.
Absolutely, they are double the size with gnarly.
Their horns are just like ridiculous.
They're way longer, and they've got like, you know, things wrapped around it and shit, and just barnacles. Oh fuck! It looked.
You're dead if you get impaled by
it. It would be the worst.
It's basically a sword at that point. They were pretty dramatized for your unicorn design, and all CGI, of course.
Oh, this is a.
If Colonel was here, oh man.
For all the credit we're giving to CGI lately for some of the good gore they've been pulling off, I'll say the one with Locked had some great CGI.
Oh yeah.
This was a step back, man. And you needed a lot of CGI unicorn action, and none of it is great.
Did you notice they kept the lighting very low during the scenes where the unicorns were moving a lot? It was particularly dark.
It's what I'm saying. This looked like CGI from 2000, man. What the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It looked rough. It did not, for 2025, we could certainly do better in CGI, but you get a little too up close to these unicorns at times. Man.
They look more like rabid reindeer from a Santa Claus movie than unicorns, I think.
Yeah.
That's something that bothered me too. I go, these don't look like unicorns. And I mean, if you're going to go with a fucking harsher look, go with that headless horseman's horse, like that kind of shit would be terrifying,
cool.
man.
That would have been really cool, actually. But they went with something a bit more, I'm not sure,
original, I guess.
I mean, I don't know. This is definitely part fantasy movie. And also, Andrea in the chat. Hello,
Andrea.
A guest sister of Jeffrey, or anybody? Or maybe or Gina's sister.
Gina's sister. Yes. Well, welcome, goddamn welcome. The doctor is even in. I don't even know if he's in.
Is he in? I haven't noticed the doctor. Nope. He might be busy.
I will not give him his due then until he is.
Perform, he's
got to say something before I can introduce him. Yes. So anyway, the big unicorn rushes in, sees that the baby's dead, and he, he's you can tell he's absolutely beyond rage. Okay, but
it's pissed.
There's an intelligence to these things too, because then it becomes docile and lets Odell walk up to it. Like, because Odell's thinking, hey, I've been injecting this blood. I can sense it too. I know what Ridley was talking about. I understand. I know what he wants.
He was also seeing like visions and stuff too, probably. Yeah.
And it was affecting his fucking feeble ass brain too.
Oh yeah.
And so he walks up to grab the horn and everything, just like she did, to get the trip again. And dude gets him My Bloody Valentine style right in, dude, through the top of his head. And this should have had about 6 gallons of blood squirt out of it when it happened, but barely a spritz.
It wasn't much. Yeah, it's shit. It's too bad. There was no practical effect to it. That's why they didn't want to animate any blood. It was all CGI when it was impaling him, which you're right on the My Bloody Valentine, except I'm pretty sure that was practical.
Oh, yes, it was.
It had to have been back then. I mean.
So at that point, his assistant shows up with the shotgun and starts blasting the big guy and hits him several times. And, he kind of goes down, but then he hurls around, man, and he's baiting her and shit. He grabs her by the foot and starts thrashing her around the garden and everything, and then bites right into her abdomen and pulls out, again, the driest entrails you ever saw in any movie ever.
They really are so dry. Oh, man. It was all right. But
no, it wasn't. Don't say it was all right.
Blood. For me, it was okay. For you, it was unacceptable. I get that.
The fucking fingernail snapping and locked was more effective than that.
Oh, big time. There was nothing like that in this movie. No, there was one moment that came a little bit close, but it was too dark.
I think they failed it. I mean, you do see some
Overall,
you see the liver, you see the large intestine,
not enough blood, not enough gush.
not enough stretch. It's all kind of like piece as it goes up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lazily done.
Someone should have consulted Tom Savini, Greg Nicotero. Any one of them guys could have set him straight. Damien Leone.
A24 is going to have access to a better effects team. I mean,
well, we've already seen this, so we know this. They do. This team, that wasn't the thing. They weren't going to make a gore movie with this, I guess. They were trying to tell a nice little, feel good. This is a failed fucking Disney movie is what it is, with somebody tried to make a fucking kids movie and it just wasn't happening.
I will say,
like. Fuck, I'm starting to get pissed now talking about this. This is having an adverse effect.
One thing that pissed me off is how many people brought their kids to this in my theater. There were a lot of kids in my fucking theater because, unicorn, let's bring the fucking kids. This is not a kids movie, dude. Like, what? Ooh. In what world? How many kids were in your theater?
None.
No, really?
Not one.
So I live with idiots, I guess, in my town. People who bring their kids to death of a unicorn. Hey, the twins have arrived.
Yep. Hey, the twins are in. Welcome, twins. Congratulations on the graduation coming up.
Yes.
Hard.
Me too. Thank you. Yep. Thank you.
But yeah, this is not take your kids to the unicorn movie.
Oh, kind of stuff, I heard a lot of some unhappy reactions behind me. So it's like parents are dealing with that now, I'm sure.
Mommy, what's a cocksucker?
And shit like that too. Just the language. Come on, man. You can't see an R rating. You can't. Just, I don't get people, but besides the point. This.
So after the assistant is ripped to shreds, the male breaks out running, but they see that it's leaving blood, so they decide to go get it before it comes back. Yes?
I just got distracted by a comment, but yes.
Go ahead. What's the comment?
Oh, just the twins say, you should guess which one of us got an elbow to the heart.
Ooh.
I'm going to say V.
V.
V? We both say V. All right.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
But so they take Griff. Elliot goes, and they take Ridley too. I think, don't they?
Well, what do they do? Is this when they went out in the woods, or
they went looking for the big one to kill him?
Yeah,
No, maybe Ridley didn't go.
Fuck, I don't remember. I can't remember if she stayed in the house or not, man.
Because
I was at this point, I was still getting over the rough CGI and stuff.
Well, they see it. You know what? That's where they ripped apart the girl and stuff after they walked up on it. That's when that happened. I was out of sequence. My bad. But yeah, they find it kind of laying there, and then as she's moving up to take it out, the second one runs in and impales her like through the shoulder. And then the other one gets a hold of her, and that's when she gets ripped apart. So
right.
So now we see that there's two unicorns. They both see the baby's dead, and they're pissed. Yeah. So that's probably Act 3. Are we in Act 3 now?
Wrong. We might as well. Yeah, that's basically Act 3. But yes, it was E, not V.
It was E. Of course it was. 50 fucking coin flip there, and we fucking are both wrong. That's my poker right now.
Shadow's just about to stay.
Yikes. Unbelievable. Okay, so now I think they're trying to. Yeah, they're going to get back to the house. They decide they're going to get back to the house, and Odell's dead, the assistant's dead, so Griff's still out there. The wife's dead. So we got Elliot, we got Ridley, we got Griff pretty much. Like the scientists, one of them, we missed that whole scene too where the thing attacked him in the tunnel when they were bringing out the unicorn. Remember, they were kind of in that greenhouse.
Oh
attachment.
yeah.
But that led out to the outside where the big one came in, and so not really too much there to avoid. Ouch. Fucking chair arms keep fucking hitting the table.
How?
I'm trying to lean in and I can't. So they're back in the house and the unicorns are kind of stalking the house, trying to get in. And go ahead, FaZe, take it.
I'm not really.
Are we both lost here? I got it. I mean,
I'm very lost at this point. I was a little bit checked out by this point. Not gonna lie.
I
had really bad heartburn during this movie.
I went and looked at my phone at that point and was kind of like, "Fuck, man, this is absolutely killing me." Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. Because the Doctor's song is the one that gets killed in that tunnel. It's the other. Let's see. I just wrote down 2 scientists. But the other scientist is there, and she realizes that the baby still alive. The horn is still generating life signs, and it's regenerating. So they're realizing the unicorns cannot be killed, and they're going to come back. And then, lo and behold, that leads right to the big one getting right up, and he's fine and attacking. So Shepard goes into the house, and he's still like, telling the scientists, like, look, well, we got to do this. We got to cut the whole horn off. He's like convinced because he stole some of the crushed horn, and, young 20-year-old something, he's snorting it. He's smoking it in a pipe, and, he's getting higher than he's ever been in his life by doing so, smoking unicorn blood and shit and unicorn horn. So,
man, that powder was ridiculous. As soon as he started fucking with it, I knew immediately, oh, this is going to go in some directions. He's going to start smoking, huffing, snorting this shit. It's ridiculous. It's funny.
Right. So the horn is cut off. And the unicorns we don't know this yet, that they can regenerate, but they need their horn. So they're all outside, and they think like the guy's going to run out with the horn, the boy, the shepherd, to give them a chance to go. And you realize that it's not the case. Elliot has the fucking horn. Scumbag fucking dad Elliot the whole time picked up the horn. So they're pissed at him now. So once again, daughter is betrayed, and they work their shit out there real quickly. They hash their shit, and he realizes, he apologizes for being wrong and being a shitty dad. The whole thing, the quick fucking 5-minute fix to wrap everything up all nice. Right, FaZe?
Pretty much. I mean, it was pretty fast conclusion once things were...
Right, yeah. So again, the unicorns discover the horn is missing, and then they kill the other scientist that discovered that it's still alive.
Everybody's getting picked off.
Yeah, they're getting them all. They get outside, and we get to the next morning, and Ridley has got an arrow. He's got like this. He gets into things. He's got into a bow and arrow for a while, archery, and so he's got this nice. Of course, it's the most expensive archery set you could possibly get, the best of the best. But he could barely use the fucking thing. He's used it 4 times. So he's holding Ridley with a arrow. He's kind of got her stuck there,
It's a gun point, but it's arrow point.
And then he figured out that the unicorns will be docile towards the pure-hearted people. After he snorted and smoked the shit, he gets it that the tapestries are true. The unicorns will submit to a pure-hearted maiden. Jenna Ortega, Ridley.
Yep.
So
that's a very common thing in unicorn lore as well. Just the pure-hearted maiden thing, or a virgin maiden, depending on what you're reading.
Exactly. But. So right. The 2 unicorns arrive, and they immediately submit and lay down to be comforted by Ridley. She starts petting them and everything, and they're totally calm. And Elliot proceeds, he walks up on Shepard, and you think, okay, he's like, all the money's ours now, guy. It's you and me. Well, Elliot stabs him right in the fucking stomach with the unicorn horn. It's like, holy shit, you know? I mean, that's kind of out of nowhere. So before Shepard goes down, well, he's holding this fucking $1 million arrow or this $100,000 arrow. So he stabs Elliot in the fucking guts. And so, you know, he goes down and Elliot dies. He's dead. Dad dies. So, I mean, this whole movie is going off the rails. Shepard's like, he's crawling around. He turns around and tries to stand up. And as he looks his head up, the unicorn, the big one, is sitting right there and gives him the fucking mule kick, dude, like right between the eyes and effectively kills Shepard. So that was cool. It was a nice kick. I liked it. He's, you know, fatally bucked by a unicorn wasn't in the bingo cards. You know what I mean?
It was a good one. Yeah, I liked it. Joseph Scott mentions we didn't mention that the butler ran away after saying "fuck this," which good on him, man.
Yeah, I mean, he hit his limit. I mean, he's gonna sit there. He said, I mean, he's gonna try to help Ridley, and then when he sees the disemboweling of Belinda,
he was done.
He's like, "Fuck this."
That was enough for him.
He's out, and it was good. Well, the unicorns put their horns together, and they bring Elliot back to life. They cure him. They fix him. And then use the same temporal whatever it was to get the baby. The horn reattaches to the baby, and the baby rises up, and he's okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because Griff does leave. And then, like, the cops arrive after all this shit. The unicorns run away.
Yep, they're gone. And
then all the cops pull up and see this mass murder scene, all this gore everywhere, and they arrest Elliot and Ridley.
Ridley's like, oh, fuck. Because she realizes immediately, like, this is going to look bad.
Oh, man. Because Griff is the one that brings the police back and kind of, he's like, he didn't see nothing that go down, so he doesn't know.
Right.
So as they're riding in the police car, like they're saying, well, the suspect's stories isn't really checking out. And she's like, that ain't good for you guys. I hope you know a good lawyer, which they start laughing because he's a lawyer, a good lawyer. So you kind of get the sense that they're going to be okay. But then as the drive to jail keeps going, they kind of glance off into the woods to the left. They're up above the road, and you see the unicorns are galloping full speed. And they kind of lock eyes, and they put the seatbelts on and grab each other, and then the unicorns help them escape by making the cars crash, and it cuts to black, like right when the car crashes. That's where it ends.
Yeah.
So,
he kind of grabs Ridley and ducks down, but I don't know, I'm a little skeptical of that keeping you safe in a fucking rollover crash, but whatever. It's fine. They probably didn't survive, in my opinion. It's fine.
Even if the good news is if they killed him in the car crash, the unicorns can revive him, right? So
that's true. And, I don't know. Joseph brings up a point here.
Yeah.
What he doesn't understand is the butler brought the cops, and so they should have known what was going on. Yet the father and daughter were still blamed for all the deaths. I don't know. Maybe the butler didn't quite explain everything.
He got pulled away to something else, but I think it would have got straightened out too. But I mean, that maybe
it would have been a lot of court cases and shit. It would have been a weird process, but I think the father and daughter would have gotten all right. Probably might have gotten away with it.
So, I mean, it kind of put a weird wrinkle on the whole Griff character too, because you thought he was doing the right thing.
I don't know. I'm not a law professional. Any lawyers in the chat want to say what would happen to father and daughter? But no, and yeah, that's the movie. I don't know if I want to get into the meat and potatoes.
Directed by Alex Scharfman. And let me see what else he's done.
He also wrote it. Scharfman, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see. Where is the... There.
What are you looking for?
I'm just checking out the other credits from the director and stuff, which I don't see any.
There's 100 producers, like last week's movie. Fucking
Well, half as many.
at least, only half of the fucking state of Delaware this time. Whatever you said.
Yeah, it looks like he's made some shorts and some TV stuff, but
Okay.
Alex Scharfman, yeah,
Kind of a miss with this one, buddy.
it's
but not a full miss. It's you whiffed the ball.
I think he hit the board but missed the target. I mean,
yeah,
the bull, the actual ring if you were throwing darts. The writing, I mean, it's not the actor's fault here. I mean, the writing.
No.
You had to adapt this into an American story somehow, and I think they nailed that pharmaceutical fucking big pharma thing. What their interpretation of it is, anyway.
The evil man, the evil big pharma. Yep, it's definitely a good portrayal of how evil those types can, or at least seem to be. They definitely are that evil. Let's be real.
It reminds you of that guy that bought up the, what pill was it? And he made it like $600 a pill or some shit. And
so like every other pill that exists right now, basically.
Got busted. Yeah, he got busted for doing it. Yeah, but it was like 50 cents a pill. And then when he bought the patent,
that kind of crime is happening all over the healthcare system. It makes me grateful to be healthy enough to not need medication. At least expensive shit.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I'm not counting that. That's no doctor told me to do that.
Nothing stood out from the directing of this. I think you had professional actors here kind of pulling your weight.
Sure.
In my opinion.
Even Tarek says he heard that the biggest draw isn't the unicorn so much as the father-daughter dialogue between Rudd and Ortega.
And I don't think it's there's one scene that's kind of heavy.
A couple of good moments, but it doesn't carry the movie, I would say.
No.
They probably wanted it to, but it didn't.
So
especially the backstory with the mom, just it didn't work.
Let's go to the fucking acting because
might as well, because that is the better, the more the highlight. Just so especially with the comedy.
You got Paul Rudd. He's the nice guy. His comedy's like, it's not too harsh usually when he's making fun of people. I don't know. There's that one movie where he was dissing the fucking coffee barista about venti and all that, but kind of a dick. But it's not usually the dick, But this one's like it's got a morality flaw in his character here, and he does good with it. He learns, comes around, he learns, he gets rewarded because of it, gets his life back. But he's Paul Rudd, so he's gonna be good. He's always good. When has he not been good? I don't know. I can't answer that. Jenna Ortega said at the front of this, I was kind of getting sick of the Jenna Ortega everything.
You groaned real loudly last week when I said her name. When I was listening off the cast for this movie, you're like, oh fuck, Jenna Ortega again.
Yeah, but she's not.
But no, she was great in this. She was my favorite role in this movie by far.
She's not unlikable in this, and
I really like that edgy teenager. Well, getting out of that teenager phase. I related to that a lot.
It's not textbook though. She made it her own. That's why I like it.
Pulled it off really well.
I think the highlight of acting though was Will Poulter, Tay Leone, and Richard E. Grant as Odell Leopold, and the absolute douchebaggery that they delivered as a family was just absolutely epic. I mean, they give the family in Greedy. Is it Greed or Greedy with Michael J. Fox and
I don't remember. I can look that up real quick.
fucking Douglas. Yeah. It's Greedy or Greed anyway. The same thing. Greedy. They're looking for money. You know, they're pretentiously horrible. Trying to do so. These guys are. It's different because they're self-sufficient already. They have the money, but it's just the how dehumanized they've become because of it in this movie. It's funny because they make the jokes work with it, but it's sickening that people like this exist, you know, and they do. But these three nailed it. Griff as the butler, same thing. He's just absolutely delivered with what they were asking. And the assistant, not so much. She was just kind of there. She had the shocking moments of killing the fucking baby and then getting her guts ripped out, but not that she could have not been there, really. It could have been anybody did that, you know? And it would have been the same result.
I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a huge cast. The two scientists, they didn't have much to say. They were just in there doing their jobs, you know.
They did it.
Yeah.
They pulled it off.
Adequately.
I believed them.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just the whole horror of this is, you know, it's the evil that men do once again, you know, and it's another theme I'm getting so sick of, you know, but I guess when horror is, you know, in everyday life like this now, this is what it is. So I kind of understand that. So, I don't know, FaZe. Let me see here.
You got a favorite moment?
Yep. What do you think?
I mean, this whole time leading up to now, I've been thinking that, you know, that what I've been calling the tug of war kill, where both the unicorns basically split the woman in half. But it's so dark and they barely show that one. And
yeah,
just makes me wonder, is that really my favorite moment? But it is the one that sticks out to me the most, I guess. I really like the trippy, you know, hallucination shit just because I'm a stoner. But nothing else really stuck out to me.
It's for me, it's probably Shepard Leopold's over the top, heartless dialogue.
I could appreciate that.
Just when he's saying shit like, you know, we just put a dagger in the heart of all the cancer, you know, houses and
charities.
Like
yeah.
Oh my God.
That was sick.
It's so sick. But I mean, he's like, yeah. He's all stoked and hyped up because of, I mean,
he was so happy.
This family's united in greed, and that they embraced and stuff. So I mean, it's good that way, and I think that's what my favorite moments were of this.
Okay.
Because other than that, the gore wise, no, dude, none of it was worthy enough to even mention to me, really. You know, except even the one, the My Bloody Valentine one was kind of, you know, not the best.
Yeah, it could have been a lot better.
But, you know, again, I mean, it's not a whole lot of favorite moments here. And this, you know, it's just kind of in the middle.
Yeah, or even Rick says a lot of the kills were cut away, which is frustrating. It's like, dude, like, stop cutting away on these kills in R-rated films. I want to see this shit.
And they don't even
stop being lazy.
You know, you had the one where the horn popped out of a guy's chest and she gets hit with the plug. You know, that was cool.
That was cool.
It should have been, you know, a syringe full of blood coming behind that, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, you got this. These are the things you can't ignore in a movie. Like, if you're gonna make a movie about killer unicorns, come on, use that fucking horn.
That's true, man. Maybe there'll be a sequel that is more bloody.
No,
I hate suggesting sequels.
No.
I don't even know if this did well. I'm gonna look up the box office real quick.
A sequel?
We are supposed to compare.
I won't do it. I will play Fuck This Shit, I'm Out if they have a sequel to this.
Opening weekend was around 5.8 million, I guess. It's hard to kind of. And what was the budget?
I bet it's at least 40.
Around 15 million is,
15.
you know.
So they didn't even make their budget back. Then they low ass.
No.
Fuck, dude. They're 10 million short. No sequel. Good.
That's rough, man. That's
good. 5 million. Yeah.
that's getting canned for sure.
Yep.
Oh man. No good.
See ya. Oh well.
It's all right. Well, you ready to give our consensus on this?
Sure thing.
You started last week. You want me to kick it off this time?
Yeah.
Might as well. And well, actually, Joseph Scott can kick it off for us because he gives a score.
Kick it off.
Says as bad as the CGI was, the outstanding actors and the original storytelling made this movie enjoyable for me. Very funny. Needed more blood. I think we all agree with that. He gives it a 7 out of 10. That's very generous, good sir. Yeah, I agree, Tarek. It should have gone for that hard R. Oh, I don't even know that movie, but Freak on a Leash, certainly.
Unicorn. Freak on a Leash.
Freak
on, it's like he's naming a corn album, you know. I mean,
okay. I got you.
This needed to be
just a lot more gritty. A lot more bloody.
We needed to get, you know, the whole gut supply from Day of the Dead back in '85, dude, and have that kind of guts around here, dude, and blood, and we'd have been fine. And I'd have been giving this probably 2 more points than what I'm going to give it.
Oof.
You can't go around and promote and tout a killer unicorn movie, and then not have some. I understand you did a couple of kills, but you missed.
They were not impressive.
Really, you could have did some stuff here, man.
They could have gone real hard. The CGI just kind of got lazy. I don't know.
Not wet enough, man.
Yeah, and I was thinking this before. Like, I grew up in the early 2000s where CGI was just awful. I'm used to that shit. I'm really used to bad CGI to the point where it doesn't bother me as much as it bothers you or bothers Colonel. Though it does bother me that practical effects are getting pushed to the side for bad CGI. You know, it's definitely it's a bad spot for horror.
I'd like to see the cost of line it up. Show me what the cost of that to the cost of the practical stuff.
Well, it's probably effort too. I mean, it's a lot easier for a director to just point to an animator and be like, make it look like this, than to organize. All right, we got to get all buckets of blood, get the fucking meat that looks like a liver and all this, you know, just whatever, you know, hire Tom Savini to do all that, you know. Just, I don't know, man.
We got one shot at this. You know?
Yeah, they missed the mark for sure. It had some good moments. I don't know. It's just definitely don't rush to the theater. It's just one for streaming for sure if you even want to watch it at all.
I that's kind of my stand. I always say please watch it and tell us what you. I don't think you're gonna lose any sleep not seeing this movie, man. I really don't. I don't think.
Right.
This as far as forgettable as it comes, man.
All right. As far as it being horror, like, yes, it's gory, but it's not scary. It never gets scary.
It's ominous when they're coming, when the things are bellowing in the woods.
Yeah, okay.
You haven't seen them yet.
Sure.
Lights in the sky coming. It's ominous.
Scary for a child, like the ones that were in the theater. But
it's ominous. They set it up good. I mean,
yes.
But then it just the delivery and the actual unicorns showing up is really flat, man, and it's a little disappointing, man. I'm sure they went in there and said, "Hey, I think we could get a few more millions. We can get some blood on this thing." And the bean counters.
Smell my ass.
Yes, smell my ass.
You get nothing. And okay, So we get dry fucking, disembowelment. Dry.
Oh,
How much blood is in the human body, folks? And you get ripped in half. None of it comes out.
None of it comes out. That's lazy. Lazy. But yeah, the highlight for me was probably Jenna Ortega, just in general, her acting and that character. Maybe. I don't even know what the highlight was, but that probably was it. All in all, though, it feels so low, but I can't give this more than a 4.5. It just did nothing for me. But it had its moments, and the acting was good, but it was such a nothing sandwich. Ziggy?
Woof.
I will say, a whole damn enchilada gives it a 5, and he hears women in the yard was worse.
Not a good week for movies, apparently.
No.
Yeah, man. I'm not going to repeat myself. I want more gore. I want unicorns using their horns to fucking draw and quarter people. I want, you know what I mean? Tear some people up, man. Show me some tearing flesh. Show me some skin. Show me some goddamn blood.
Dude, really?
Horror movie,
it's cheap.
Man.
Fake blood is cheap, damn it.
I enjoyed the assholes. The fucking scumbag are the ultimate scumbag, and it's funny. Some of the stuff they said is so over the top wrong morally. It's funny. So this is the only saving grace of this movie. I liked Paul Rudd's choice to play a character that has kind of a douchebaggery kind of image to it, Although I did see there's a trailer coming for something else that looks a little weird. But he's it's a departure from everything else he's done. He's done nothing like this. I mean, he's still Paul Rudd, but you could just see that. I mean, and I don't think there's anybody in the world that wouldn't be challenged morally for this kind of money, to have this, to be this kind of wealthy. But that's what defines us, I guess, in the end, who we are and how we react to situations like this presented to us. Having said all that, dismissed, man. This is you don't need to see this movie. I'm sitting straight at a 5. I was actually probably 5.5, 6, but the discussion tonight actually had adverse effects on my review. And I'm not liking this anywhere near as much as I did when walking out of the theater. I'm actually pissed. I'm mad now.
You say a 5?
A 5. They squandered the fucking, chance to make something interesting and something that could actually would have been something original, and you fucked it up. So yeah, it's at a 4.75 or something.
Figured out the math. Well, I'm also counting. Crank told me that last night that he thinks he would give it a 6, which is surprising.
I'm not surprised.
But he didn't feel so sure. So with that would put our average at a 5.1. But yeah, that's it's not good, man. That's not. Yeah, that's a failing grade. I've got a 5.5 from Lorena for a disturbing lack of rodents. Of course, no rats, no cats. Damn it!
Yeah.
These people are rich. They don't have a pet cat. Come on now.
No dogs.
No dogs either. Yeah, protecting the land. I mean, they just one of those situations where they didn't want to write in an animal. It wasn't in the script. It's okay though.
It doesn't affect the story at all. I mean,
no.
That's the furthest thing from the problems of what.
Right. Okay. This thing didn't need more animals.
I mean, 7. I think 7, Joseph, is a bit generous.
Feels like it, but it's okay.
Again, I was only really entertained by the banter between the douchebags and Elliot trying to process it and still keep his job, and still try to be a dad. I thought that was a cool dynamic, trying to the triangle right in the same room of morality versus fatherhood. You know, how do you do that? You know, I mean, and he did pretty good with that.
It was all right.
But not enough to save this thing, man. Just not
No.
enough. I wasn't going to go any lower than 5. I mean, but
I almost didn't, but I felt it. The 4.5 just crawled to me. Like, this is not that good.
fuck.
Death of a Unicorn, folks.
Yeah. Death of a good concept.
And damn, I was thinking of something in my head, and you came up with it.
Well, you know, I mean, it would have had to have been a 3-hour movie to really make this something, I think, of substance, but who the fuck wanted that?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody.
Luke gives it 2.5 Curix out of 5. That's funny. From South Park, I love it.
That's like a shit rating, isn't it? Oh my god, man. Yeah, you know, Death of a Unicorn, it could be. I look, how much we were struggling. I just saw this fucking thing 2 days ago, and I was having calling it, dude. That's just
right. Like, it's so unmemorable. Like, I'm gonna forget all about this thing come the end of the year when we're doing our rankings. It's not gonna fucking make the top 10, 20 at all. Even if everything else sucks for the rest of this year.
I already look at my list, and this is behind everything. This may be the bottom of my list right now.
I'm not sure. I feel like there was a 1 somewhere, but I don't know.
Oh,
Tarek,
wait.
I don't think this is very crank as fuck. I don't know if I agree with that.
It's too simple to be crank as fuck. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not complex enough.
It didn't have the crank as fuck complexity exactly. But he did give it a 3 out of 4 crank as fuck.
Well, I think we're all expecting something a little bit more sophisticated, you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
So maybe
It
the
was
anticipation was a
okay.
little higher than what we all thought based on the title and what it was. And then
And
the
what
fact
people were saying about the gore, that
horror
was
comedy, over the top gore. What the fuck? Who
It
fucking
fuck-
said that? I want them in
who
here.
did say that?
Right now, I want them in here. I want to have a word with them. Bring them
They
to
were
me.
probably paid promotion, fucking a paid reviewer, you know.
Hey, you that said that? Fuck you.
Lies, you are a liar. Gorefest my ass.
Gorefest.
Fuck you.
And we actually have some direct thoughts from Mr. Crank. It wasn't awful, but it lacked the oomph it needed for an A24 film. And it's very disappointing coming from A24. I wouldn't be surprised this came from Blumhouse, but this came from A24. What the fuck?
And I can see him giving it a 6 based on the dialogue between the fucking douchebags.
Oh,
You know,
sure.
that shit was crank as fuck. That was the crank as fuck part.
But there wasn't enough of that.
Yeah. Well, hey, man. They can't all be home runs, I guess. It just seems like we're in a bit of a fucking little slump here with fucking movies for 2025.
Isn't that usually how it goes in spring? I feel like that's often the case. Like, it'll pick back up in the summer, and especially once Halloween time hits, that's when it'll start getting good again. I hope. Right? That's how it should be.
Just got to start looking at, like what we did last year, what was coming out at this time last year, and pull some of them up when we're doing these things.
Yeah.
It's going to be shitty like this.
No kidding. I don't remember.
But I don't know, man. I saw that trailer for Sinners again.
Dude, yeah, they played it again too. I'm very hyped for that.
That looks really good.
Looks so amazing. I don't care if it's 2.5 hours long. I will enjoy every second of that. I could tell.
This is the guy who brought us Black Panther and Creed, the Creed series.
Yep.
Ryan Coogler.
Very, very talented.
And
very talented.
He went and made himself a horror movie. Looks like a vampire movie. But set in southern United States back in the day when the like the
Back in
good
the day.
the good jazz, the good looks like the Louisiana type fucking voodoo type jazz era.
It seems like that, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the 20s or something.
hmm
So I'm in. I can't wait for that. Also heard today that Hell House LLC Lineage will be released in theaters.
Oh, no way.
That makes me happy, man.
Oh my god. Oh, I want to
Yeah,
watch
dude.
them all in theaters, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's what
Especially the original, but fuck, that's
so
that you just made my
deserving
night.
for them to finally make it here. But I guess what they have, dude, the word coming out of their camp is this is the scariest shit they've done with this.
Oh my
franchise.
god.
So they said that
I'm
about the
so
last one.
excited.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's great fucking news. I mean,
That
I
is
hope-
getting the biggest screen available in my theater for sure. Like the biggest, the surround sound, everything, all the 9 yards, everything.
well, here's hope that at some point, like Morgan Cripp can get Steven there, Cognetti, and out there.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Just because I don't know, I'm excited. This might be my top anticipated film of the year.
It's got to be mine. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's what I said was number one when we did list it out what was upcoming.
fucking don't remember at all what I said. But
That was definitely like that or number two or something really stood out. I don't know.
yeah, man, it's I'm sad that it's over, but I mean, you still got 3 out of the 4 right now are amazing. That third
I still
one,
enjoy them all. I
Lake of
mean,
Fire, I you know why I like it? Because it does close the story. With
closes
those
the story.
characters.
It is the worst of the 4, but it's still great. Like,
But I get it though. That's his fucking point. I mean, he takes it and those guys, they realize that they're, if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, that they're dead, but they're all together again at the end. They're all back together, and it's like it's quite cool and slick. But the story to get there is a bit like, but damn it, they came back again. 2 years ago with the other one?
yeah, it's
that shit,
fucking so good, dude.
my second favorite one, next to the first one, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
this
Scary as hell, man.
one promises to be better. So
Oh man, I love how just fucking that's my kind of scary. Like, holy shit, I love it so much.
I remember sitting here and going through the maze of Shutters, films, and just going, oh, find something to watch, but I don't want to watch something I've seen before. Let's find something new. And stopped on Hell House LLC. What the fuck is this? Oh,
I thank you so much for that suggestion. I would have never seen it.
guys make a haunted house. I like haunted houses. Open a portal to hell. I like portals to hell. Yeah, let's see it, man. All right. And fuck, possessed clowns. I like possessed clowns. All right. And yes, sweet, brilliant, and absolutely scary for a found footage film, man. I think it's my favorite found footage series.
Oh yeah, easily. Joseph Scott says he's got to get to that house from the original. Dude, yes, do it.
We were there, but we didn't get to go in.
Right?
Now,
yeah, we can.
were you
get very
there with
close.
us?
I believe so. For
Yeah.
that one, yeah.
We just pulled out front, and
Mhm.
I think Crank jumped the fence.
Oh, Crank jumped.
He went right up to
Crank did something.
he trespassed. He trespassed. I did not. I was like, oh, fuck that. I'm in the getaway car. I'll shoot from this side of the fence. And we got signs. We actually took pictures of the actual, it says Hell House, or whatever it was, and it's a real attraction. They still do it every year. So, but it was very, very cool seeing it from the outside. Yes, for God's sake, I want to go
Very
in.
cool.
And we were told at some point an arrangement probably can be made where we can get in there and do like a shoot, maybe a ghost hunt. It was all pitched out there stuff, and nothing was shot down. So who knows? We'll see. just getting the logistics of getting everybody fucking over there at that time when they're not open, and you know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of shit. So, but hey, we are trying. But yeah, Hell House, man. What do you got? Who's talking in there?
Bill Wolf says he sent me a video, which I do have. I'll have to watch that after the show.
Bill Wolf.
And Lorena's got off the bed.
Good night.
Tarek says, I like portals to hell. Who doesn't like portals to hell? If there's a portal to hell, I'm there. I love that.
Oh man, it's portals to hell. It's inviting, you know. But yeah, man, it's this one we need. We're due for a good fucking movie, dude. We're due. This is ridiculous.
We aren't reviewing the movie next week, at least, so we're getting a little bit of a break.
Oh, that's right. Are we doing the 2015 next week?
Yeah, top 10 of 2015.
Top 10.
That's what's written in. There are a lot of good ones from. Well, we'll see where we're at.
I wasn't watching a whole lot of movies in 2015. I was in a
neither was I. But
part of my life.
Like, let me just look here. What do we got going on?
Okay, yeah, we can preview the 2015 list. We got some time.
A little short preview for the
AMA, folks. Ask us anything right now. We're just doing what we do.
Sure, we got 20 minutes to talk. Let's see. God, I haven't seen any of these. I'm fucked.
Hang on, I'm pulling the list up too. Okay. There it is. Horror films. We got All Hallows Eve 2.
There was a third I Spit on Your Grave?
No, there wasn't. It says there was, but
that's what it's called. I Spit on Your Grave 3. Vengeance is Mine. 2015 on Tubi.
We got The Black Coat's Daughter. That's Osgood Perkins.
Huh.
So we'll check that one out. Corpse Party. That is... Oh, never mind. This is Japan. Dead Rising Watchtower. No. Deathgasm. New Zealand. Demonic.
This might have to get pushed down to a top 5. What the fuck?
The Devil's
I'm not watching more than...
Shit.
Oh, man. There's The Witch. That's a good one.
Well, that's one. Extinction. There's Hungary and Spain. The Final Girls. The Funhouse Massacre. Yeah, I don't... The Gallows. I kind of remember that.
Yeah, that's right. I've seen that.
Ghost Line. Ghost Theater. The Gift. I do remember that. Goosebumps.
Free.
Green Room. He Never Died. Hellions. Howl. Insidious Chapter 3. Intruders. Rory Culkin, huh?
Huh.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Ju-on, The Final.
Oh, boy. Well, we'll see how this goes next week.
Wait, we're just hitting K's, dude. Krampus. There you go.
You're going through them all, are you?
I'm going through them all, man. Let's see.
We might have a return of Crank for next week, but we're not guaranteed of that.
Yeah, if we're gonna do 10, we might edit this a bit if he's not here.
It's not gonna be 10 if it just does do. I don't know about that.
I've just got a lot to watch. I don't know if I can get a lot of these in. Lumberjack Man, Krampus the Reckoning, Maggie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in a horror movie.
No shit. Huh.
Monster.
I'll check that out.
Most Likely to Die. Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension.
I don't remember that one.
Geist remake.
God, that was 2015?
Yep. Rorschach.
I thought that was a bit newer than that.
Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
They had no business remaking Poltergeist, if I remember.
Sharknado 3. Oh, hell no.
Give me a break with Eddie. I never even watched the first one.
Sinister 2. Soldiers of the Damned. Stung. Tales of Halloween. I've actually seen that one.
That looks familiar. I'm looking at that too.
Thane of East County. Tremors 5, Bloodlines.
Yes, I know it's been on the calendar, Craig. I do these 1 week at a time.
Yeah. The Abandoned. The Invitation. I've seen that one. The Lazarus Effect. I've heard of that one.
I actually have been aware of this being a show for a while.
The Tag Along. The Visit. Volumes of Blood. That's cool. I've seen that.
You know, like what should have been in this film?
Yeah.
Volumes of Blood.
Yes, very good. Very good. We Are Still Here with Barbara Crampton. There's The Witch, The Woman in Black 2, Angel of Death, and Z Island. That are your choices.
I can already tell The Witch is going to be my number one, unless something really pops out at me that I end up watching. But
Spoiler
we'll
alert.
see.
Yeah. I have seen about 5 of these, so I don't have to watch as many as I thought. So.
Okay. Well, if we have to muster out a top 10, I could work something out. But we'll see.
See, I had a 3-year-old at this point.
I suppose if I'm making all the graphics, I could do whatever the hell I want.
You want, FaZe. It's fine. I was going through a breakup.
Yeah. Oh, 2015, I was graduating high school. I was starting college. I wasn't going to the theater. I was broke.
It sucked. Yeah, there was a whole lot of movies. Movies went to the back burner. This happened to Crank in the early 2000s. He didn't see movies for like 8 years or some shit, something like that. So
I don't know. I don't know if he was watching movies in 2015, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, well, hey, we got to do it. We have, can't always do 1985 or whatever.
No. I'm always happy to do it, especially. I mean, I'm a little excited because maybe there's a gem in the rough that I'm going to discover, or one of you guys might discover, and I won't. We shall see.
But yeah, I'm expecting some shit coming up this week. We got some. I plan to do a couple of unboxings on the Death Curse airwaves here, and maybe not on Monday Maniacs. I'll do it'll be appearing up there first for our paying customers, and then to everybody else a week later. But the Beyond, Lucio Fulci, releasing the Beyond in 4K, Grindhouse releasing finally. And it's funny because I bought the last Grindhouse release that had like the metal tin and all the collectible shit and the soundtrack in it. But it's not even Blu-ray. It's just regular DVD. So I was due to upgrade the Beyond. So for $70, and you can still get one, you can get, it has 6 discs. It even comes with the shitty 7 Doors of Death version, the edited American without the fucking Fabio Farisi soundtrack and all that shit. So I had to get it. It has the Eye of Ebion in it. An eyeball comes with it. So yeah, we'll do an unboxing of that one. And then Distinctive Dummies, the guys that make all the action figures I like, are doing George A. Romero.
Oh, interesting.
It said it's going to be shipping in like 2 or 3 weeks. We're on heading into week 3 now, so I'm hoping it's soon, because that is definitely going to be an unboxing, because these fucking things, I don't throw that holy grail around much with these things, but they only made 70 of them, man. Instantly, as soon as they sold out, eBay, $300. So
wow.
But yeah, I'm not selling this motherfucker. Dude, are you kidding me? I mean, right now, I only have my George A. Romero from Cuddle Cult made this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got this at Living Dead Weekend.
That's pretty cool. Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, they do these little things, and she's a great artist too. She captures the faces perfect. But when I saw, again, we were at Milwaukee Horror Fest, and that there wasn't really anything there to buy of large value, let's say. There was plenty of good stuff there. But fuck, man, that thing got released while we were in a panel, and I just went, oh, fuck, man. And I couldn't get a signal in the panel room, so I excused myself and went out in the hallway and ordered myself one. And thank God I did, because by the time we got out of that convention that day, they were all fucking gone. But haven't done an unboxing in a good long time, so I'm excited to do that for you guys, man, and kind of discover it together. So that's coming up, man. What do you got going on this week? Anything good?
Well, a whole lot. Luke says he's going to Minneapolis Crypticon with the 19th with Doofy and Felissa, who we just saw at
We sure
Milwaukee. They're a lot of fun. He says he wanted to dress up as a character, but he doesn't want to get arrested. Yeah, you maybe don't want to do that.
Well, if you do the dick one, just you gotta have some kind of clever, covering and stuff.
Oh, right. You gotta do something,
They're not gonna let you in, dude. Just wear shorts or something, and then
you'll
you
be
get
fine.
the booty shorts. That's kind of the same thing. Those red tennis shorts.
Oh yeah.
You could have
So
the
she
dick
was
kinda
doing to
hanging
cover it
out,
up.
kind of peeking out the left or the right side. It'll work. It'll still have the effect. They might even let you in with that.
Maybe.
Like, hey, buddy, this is a family establishment. Put the mouse back in the house, right?
So
But yeah,
find out.
I mean, dude, Crank and I went there in 2019 in Kansas City. We had a great time. Caught a little friction from the organizers there, but who knows? I think it was just a bit of a misunderstanding, and we haven't been back since. But they always get killer rosters there, and we scored a bunch of great panels, and you're right on top of the panels. I mean, when you're in there, so like they're not stages; they're just in little kind of offices. So you really get good sound and everything when you get them. But yeah, Crypticon's cool, man. They're fiercely independent. They like to do it their way, and that's that. But I mean, I'll never say never. I would love to return to a Crypticon, but we would have to have full permission and blessing of them allowing us to do what we do before I would return to a Crypticon. Because what's the point? I mean, yeah, we can go and enjoy it, but if we can't share with what we discovered and what we recorded there, you know what I mean? Because those guys claimed we didn't promote them and stuff, which was wrong. We had promoted them for 6 months before we went there, and his thing was like, it doesn't do anything for me. What, you guys get to get all the good stuff and give it away for free and get all the credit? And we're like, we branded all your shit all over everything. What the fuck? So again, no hard feelings with them. If we if there's a reason to return to Crypticon, I absolutely would. And we would drag FaZe along too and let him get
Luke says he's submitted us many times to Minnesota, and we'll continue to do so. We appreciate that big time,
dude. I mean, Chaz knows.
Always.
I think he knows who we are. Still, I mean,
probably.
It just, I don't know. When people talk to me, like I don't understand what the fucking rules are or what the score is. It's a bit insulting, and Crank and I and we had to stand there and take a little bit the one day, because I didn't want to get fucking ejected. We were still there this was Saturday fucking morning. We're walking in.
Sure.
And we got confronted by the head honcho, so, and, but in the end, because he was like, well, who gave you permission to do this? And who gave you permission to do this? We're all like, dude, we go to cons all over the fucking nation, and nobody says anything. In fact, they encourage this. So, but he had a problem with it. But once he heard us out and we had an answer for everything he questioned, we had an answer for, and we were both going like, well, fuck, dude, we're not trying to step on any toes here. We're just here just to spread the word, man, help you promote this. And he just didn't understand. He goes, after promotion, after the event, he didn't get it. He didn't understand that, well, people are going to see this. They're going to come next year, dude, because they saw it. So you're going to win here. And it's not costing you a fucking thing. We paid to come to the fucking thing. I'm getting all on about this fucking I better let it go. But yeah, Crypticon, Luke, have a great time. Minnesota, never been to that one. We went to the Kansas City one, but
I could almost make it to that, but
I thought they run a good con. They get great guests, and just don't. They're
not as cool as Bethany or Jeff, of course.
Oh fuck no, man! I mean, these guys here, and I was chatting with Bethany over the week here. She had a couple questions on something I won't bring up, but I mean,
yeah, we can't bring nothing up. But...
No, because it's for your benefit, folks. And yes, just hopefully shined a light where it needed to be shined and answered some questions. So to make Morgan Crypt 3 the sequel, the greatest of the whole set. You know, remember
Down
Dream
there,
Warriors
folks. Get your
came back-
tickets now.
Yeah, right down there, man. September 26th, 27th, 28th is Letta Resort and Casino. Make sure you stick around for Monday and sign up for the poker tournament that we will get in, that I fucking bubbled on last year. Missed the money by one. Not this year. I'm taking all you New Mexico folks down, all you so-called dealers. You're all going down, and you all could be a part of it. Come on in. Who knows? Maybe I'll be running like I'm running right now, and you'll just knock me out in the first hand because you never know.
We'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, it's going to be good. They've announced like 4 guests so far, you know, and I was kind of just asking, you know, so what are you looking at? Give me a ballpark. And she did, and I was like, fuck, it's not what you think.
Sure.
And that can mean anything. But I was surprised. But I can't say it enough. These are the absolute right kind of people to be running a con for, you know, fans. Running it for fans is the way to go. And New Mexico, this thing is just gonna, if they keep going the way they're going, people are gonna make plans to, because eventually they're gonna start getting those heavyweights. You know what I mean? Those big headliners. You know, like those Robert Englunds and John Carpenters and stuff like that, because that's where it leads to. That's the road we're on. Like it or not, acknowledge it or not, it's going to happen. And I can't wait. It's going to be great. We're going to be there. We were going to fuck things up this year, man. Yeah.
It's going to be the best.
We're living in the panel room the whole weekend, but it's fun.
It'll still be the best.
But we've got something cooking for you guys this year. And it ain't Jello wrestling. Don't fucking even go there again. I don't even know what the hell that was. And I volunteered to be a ref. What was I thinking? I've had a week to think about it, man. And I'm scared. I'm definitely scared now.
Yeah, like Bethany says, as long as people buy tickets and autographs, it's okay.
Well, based on the 4 they have announced, that's a lot. That's a lot of fucking autographs sold already.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, shit, I can speak for myself for at least 2, for sure. And you know, I got one thing on my wall. Oh wait, I took it down. Damn.
It's all right.
It's all right. I may have Tom Atkins even sign my Fog stuff here, like the action figure I have. Because I've got the Halloween 3 Dr. Chalice from H45. It was the exclusive there, and then all of a sudden 2,000 more got dropped. The difference is they don't have a sticker that say H45. That's the difference. So kind of got grifted on that a little bit. They made them way hotter than what they actually are, but I don't care. I love the piece. A Tom Atkins action figure, come on. Who's going to say no to that? I don't know, FaZe. We got anything else?
No, I think it's a good time to wrap it up just before the second hour here.
We made it right to the edge here. Next week, you heard it, 2015, man. We're going back just 10 years. Just 10 years ago.
10 years ago, baby.
Not bad. But kind of bad because I wasn't watching movies then.
Yeah, I'll get to discover some new stuff.
It seems like I'm going to be a bit angry coming out of this.
Maybe. Well, who knows?
Because I'm going to be watching a bunch of fucking direct-to-DVD movies kind of things. But it's okay.
Yeah,
That's
possibly.
what we're here to do. It's what we're going to do, God damn it. But you're going to do it with us, and that means all of us, including Final Girls, Christy, C-Phase, Lorena, BD, Alex, Robert, and Tyrone. That means Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley. The doctor was never in tonight.
Yeah, it's okay.
Morgan Cryptor, we just talked about them. You guys, no matter where you are, let's party, man. Come on down. New Mexico in September, beautiful. Raymond and the whole damn enchilada pod. Rick, 1,000 thank yous, my brother. I owe you. And finally, Adam, Corey, these are our camp counselors, folks. Christy, Luke, Lou, Jimmy, and Rachel, Stacy, Lynn, Orlando, Chuck Shit,
Sick.
Dave, Carl, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ. And of course, if you want to become a member, deathcursesociety.com, you'll find all the tiers. It's Patreon without any money going to people that don't deserve it. All the money stays in-house and helps us get to you, conventions, and all that good stuff, bandwidth for this broadcast. All the things that, you don't think about that, when you start up a podcast. Like, it costs how much to do what? Yeah, there's a lot of that. And finally, associate producer, main producer, head producer, stage manager, bouncer, C motherfucking Phase in the house, man. Co-host, you name it. And thanks, dude, for all the hard work. It needs to be said every week.
I enjoy this
Yeah.
Doing this.
Even when we have to see movies like Death of a Fucking Unicorn.
Death of a fucking unicorn. It's all right, though.
Hey, Morgan Crypt, maybe you can go out and get the unicorns for...
oh, God.
Morgan Crypt. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I love this. Just Chuck fucking Chick.
That's right. Chuck
That's
fucking
right.
Chick. I bet my hope is everybody around the country is doing that at the same time. Is calling out Chuck
It'd be
Chick.
nice. Yeah. Call him out. Yes, everybody. Have a lovely night. And for the Colonel, don't forget to wash your dick. How does it all go? It's
Don't
wash
get
your dick. Don't get sick. Wash your dick.
Don't smell like a scuba
smell
Steve.
like a scuba Steve. Use Summer's Eve. That's it.
Right. And then
Fucking
you got
crazy man Colonel.
crazy
love
Colonel, man. He's only he's halfway there now. He'll be back in like 5 weeks.
That's true.
Yeah, man. Phase, you got anything else? That's
No, that should do it. I'm
Yep.
looking forward to watching some 2015 films.
I am not, but I will for you guys. Hey, stick around. I'm going to run the Octavio della Quadriere blah, 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 zombie Fulci ID at the end here. So if you missed it, it's one of our best ones we've ever got. We'll see you next week, 2015. Death Curse Society out. For the Phase, for the Colonel, for the Red Crank, I am Zigzag saying, lick Jenny Penn's asshole, and we'll see you next week. DCS out. Woo!
Just in the middle of a dream, I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. But I can't be late, 'cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish your bed was already made. It's just another manic Monday. Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. I don't have to run day. It's just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. It's just another manic Monday.
Ciao amici, sono Ottaviano Dell'Acqua, sono uno degli attori di tutti i film di Lucio Fulci. Io sono questo zombie qua, con i vermi reali nell'occhio. È un piacere essere qui, vorrei salutare e fare un grande saluto e un bacio alla Death Curse Society. Thank you, ciao. Wow!